Welcome to Falkirk Figures, the home of vintage action figures. And today I'm going to be unboxing some ECW original San Francisco toy maker figures that were released in 1999. So this is a bit of a first for me because these are guys that I didn't have. I don't think I had, never mind had them, I don't think I even knew about them um, in my younger days. So yeah, I mean, in 1999, I was a teenager by that time, so my interest may have been waning a little bit in figures, but I mean, I was certainly a big wrestling fan at the time. I was really into wrestling, so I think I would have noticed them. So I'm thinking that probably the reason I didn't have them is that they just weren't available in the UK market, or certainly not readily available in the UK market at the time. Um, they're obviously something that you see more and more of now in the sort of figure collecting communities. You can see lots about them online on YouTube and social media. But yeah, not one that I had much knowledge of from the original timescale. I mean, ECW as a concept, I wasn't very knowledgeable of. I remember clearly the day that I realised ECW was a thing, and that's when I was looking for some PlayStation games, and I picked up ECW Hardcore Revolution, and just thought, what is this? It wasn't WWF, it wasn't WCW. I could not make sense of it. I thought, how is this a thing? So I stood there for a good 5 or 10 minutes, just reading the back of the packet, trying to make as much sense of it as I could. Um, I didn't recognise any of the names of the wrestlers. And I remember thinking at the time, how is this company big enough to have a video game when I don't even know anything about any of them? The one name that I do remember sort of vaguely recognising was C.W. Anderson. But I don't think that's because I'd heard of him or I knew who he was. I think it was more because I sort of thought, oh, he's maybe one of the Anderson family. He's, Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson. He's maybe sort of kayfabe part of that family. I think Carl Anderson's in storyline meant to be part of that family as well, but obviously none of them were actually related in real life, but they do all kind of look similar, and I think that's probably the only connection I could make in my head at the time. But other than that, I had no idea what it was. I didn't see ECW until at least a year or so after that, when I was flicking through some stations on satellite TV, and I think it was in Bravo that I saw it on. It might have been Bravo, maybe it's on another channel, um, and it just was just carnage. I remember watching it for maybe half an hour, thinking this is bonkers. It was just really intense. I remember thinking that the production value was really, really poor as well compared to what we're used to with WWF at the time. I remember just thinking, nah, I don't really think I'm going to invest too much time into this. But obviously, as the years have kind of went on, ECW as a wrestling company has a sort of cult status amongst the fans, and these figures as well they're getting more of a sort of, again, a sort of cult status amongst figure collectors. They maybe weren't as popular in their original run as they are now, but they're getting more and more popular, and some of them are hard to come by. I think like a Mike Awesome figure. That's an expensive figure to buy. But yeah, so I don't have Mike Awesome today. I've got a couple of other guys to open up. Give you a bit of background why I have these guys. I managed to secure an unopened shipping crate of these figures. It was at a local auction house. I just kind of subscribe to their email, their weekly email, just see what's going on, just in case anything comes up. And one of the emails most of the emails I just delete that I get from them, but one of them I read and it said that this was an item that was coming up. It was an unopened box of these figures, ECW original San Francisco toy makers. How that ended up in an auction house in central Scotland, I've no idea, but it did. And I won it for, I think it was 90 quid, £90. I think I won it for, and it was a crate of six, I think it was 16 in it, 16 figures. So opened it up, and they were case fresh figures. I sold most of them individually on eBay and made my money back. So I paid for itself, the crate. But the couple that were in really nice condition, because bear in mind it'd been sitting in a warehouse for 20 years or something, so they weren't all in minty mint shape, but there was a couple that were in really nice shape. So I sent them off to get graded, and then once I'd done that, once I'd sold the majority of the crate and sent 2 away to get graded, I sort of immediately regretted it and thought, I wish I'd opened some of them. I wish I'd kept some back. So I went back online to see if I could find any, and I picked up these 2 that were the only ones that were kind of reasonably priced. As I say, a few of them go for big money anyway, but I think just these days, if it's a wrestling figure, people just automatically put the price up. But yeah, I managed to get these guys for a reasonable price. So first one I've got is Lance Storm. He was actually advertised, I got him on eBay, and the seller was saying that he had been mispacked because his accessory was missing, which if you look, he's meant to have a chair, a folding chair in there. And I thought, well, I'm good to take him off card, so I'll take him anyway. He was relatively cheap. But then when the figure arrived, it's not mispacked at all. It's just kind of come out of its holder. The chair's in there. You just have to open it up to get it back out again. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take him off his card, Lance, and his chair. It's actually yellowed a bit when I take it off. You can see the bubbles slightly yellowed. Yeah, so here he is, Lance Storm. It's actually, yeah, it's quite a sort of weighty fit. I didn't think it was going to be as chunky as that. I thought they were going to be a bit more flimsy. I've never had one of these in my hand. I've never opened one of them up before. But yeah, so they've got this action, kind of Hasbro-like with their action. There's Lance's action there. Hand just goes back and forward. I don't think, unlike the Hasbros, I think the Hasbros are mostly spring-loaded, whereas this one just feels like you're just kind of moving a lever back and forward. Yeah, so he's pretty cool. He's got a reasonable amount of detail. I mean, I'm not entirely familiar with the product at the time. I don't know what details he should have on his boots or his tights or anything, but looks like he's got a few little details. Looks like he's maybe wearing A6 shoes, which now that I see them, I think that might be right. That might be kind of what he would wear at the time. But yeah, so Lance Storm, and I'm going to have to stop the video there because I think that's a Hermes delivery man at the door dropping off some Hasbros. Yeah, that was the Hermes delivery of some Hasbro figures that I picked up on eBay over the weekend that are going to feature in my next Hasbro unboxing. So yeah, so back on topic. Here's his little accessories, little folding chair. It actually looks a little bit warped. Maybe that's why it fell out, or maybe it's since it fell out of its packaging, it's been squashed in the wrong way. But yeah, that's an interesting one. That it's not really like a proper folding chair that like you would get with the Mattel figures, that you could pick up and use as a weapon. It's more of an obstacle, I think, more than anything else. But yeah, so a lot of them come with that. The accessories, from what I understand anyway, the accessories in these figures don't really mean anything. They don't like match up with the figure in any way. It's not like a trademark accessory or anything. Like with the Hasbros where Ted DiBiase comes with $1 million championship, or Brutus comes with his shears, Bossman comes with his nightstick. I think the accessories with the ECWs, it was just your Donald Duck. You got there was about 8 or 10 different accessories, and everybody had one, and they weren't really related to the figure. They were just sort of an accessory to add to the packet. And I've seen a few people saying that if you're building up a collection, then you end up with just boxes and bags of these things, the same accessory over and over again. But yeah, so that's my first one. That's Lance. The next one I have is this guy, Devon. So I wanted to get Devon because obviously I'm now aware, now that I have my kind of more in-depth knowledge of ECW and how that all fits into the wider landscape of wrestling. Devon is one of the sort of iconic ECW characters, ECW wrestlers. who went on to obviously big things in the WWE, is with his tag team partner Bubba Ray, or Bully Ray as he's also known. But yeah, they were a big deal in ECW, and they were a big deal in the WWF, WWE as well. So yeah, he was a guy that I wanted to have as well. Yeah, so let's crack him open. Devon's a bit more reluctant to come off the card. Devon as well, like now I've taken him out, he is he's kind of yellowed a bit in the holder. Looks a little bit yellow as well, but yeah, I wonder if that's a common thing with these figs. Yeah, so here's Devon. Check what his action is. See his, I think he's just meant to like pivot his waist around. He doesn't have the same, yeah, so maybe your thumb goes in the back and you just swing on back and forward. Again, it's not spring loaded like the Hasbro guys are. It is just like moving a lever back and forward. But that's a good likeness for Devon. I think it's a pretty cool figure. Yeah, I would, if I had these guys, I would have liked them. I mean, these are pretty decent figures. They feel like quality. When you're holding them in your hand, they feel well made. And there's a good likeness as well. So I think if I could have got my hands on them in 1999, I probably would have. I probably would have had a few, regardless of whether or not I knew who they were at the time. But yeah, so it comes with a trash can, garbage bin. It looks like it fits in his hand. Yeah, so puts it in his hand, swing him about. Kind of weighs his arm down though. Yeah, I don't think it's the most ergonomically designed feature, but yeah, so it's a good figure though. I quite like that. Quite like Devon. So yeah, these are, as I say, these are the first ECW guys that I have. But just looking at them, I'm quite impressed. I do like them, and I might actually try and get some more. As I say, I bought and sold that shipping crate of them. And then sort of curiosity got the better of me. I thought, I should have kept some of them just to open up. I have sent a couple away to get graded, and obviously once they're graded, you're not going to open them up. But I might try and get some more. I'll see how the sort of price goes on those figures. As we kind of know, the Hasbros have taken a bit of a hike in recent times, but I'll see how the market is for the ECW guys. I might try and pick up some more. So there may be a future ECW figure unboxing video on the channel. But yeah, so that's these guys. Quite happy with them. Really glad to have them on the shelf now. I kind of felt like I wanted to have something from ECW. But yeah, so happy with these guys. As I said, I now have an order from UK Graders that is overdue. It was due back yesterday, I think, and I still don't know what's happening with it. So that will be an unboxing video coming up pretty soon when the order from UK Graders come back. As I said earlier, the Hermes delivery guy just dropped off some more Hasbros. So there will be another Hasbro unboxing video coming up. And yeah, there might be a sort of a random one in the mix as well, because I've got my eye on something else online that, as long as the price doesn't go too high, I might get a hold of that and then make a kind of random unboxing video for that one as well. But so hopefully see you all back for those videos. Make sure that you like, subscribe, join the channel, press your notification bell, and yeah, hopefully see you soon. Stay safe, speak soon.